Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry for the lack of uploads recently. I was sick for a while, but I've recovered now and I'm fine. This video is about a word that is extremely overly used in Romance languages, and that word is translated as to do or to make in English. It's the same word, there's no difference. This video will focus mainly on French, Spanish, and Italian because those are the only Romance languages that I've studied and would have some expertise in giving examples on. So I'm guessing this is similar in Portuguese and Romanian, but I have no idea. So in Italian the word is fare, in French it's faire, and in Spanish it's hacer. So I'll show some examples in French and Italian first, because although it is used a lot in Spanish, it seems to be used a lot more in French and Italian. It's used, of course, in a general sense. Que fais-tu? Que fai? What are you doing? Que fais-tu dans la vie? Que fai nella vita? What do you do for a living? Que fais-tu pour le dîner? Que stai facendo per cena? What are you making for dinner? This is the same as in English, but it's used in a lot more situations. It's used to talk about the weather. Il fait chaud. Fa caldo. It's hot. Il fait 20 degrés. Ci sono 20 gradi. Here it's different in Italian, and they say there are 20 degrees, meaning it's 20 degrees. Il fait froid. Fa freddo. It's cold. And then it's used in lots of phrases. Faites attention. Fai attenzione. Pay attention. Faire l'amour. Fare l'amore. To make love. Il fait du bruit. Lui fa rumore. He's making noise. Nous faisons le fête. Stiamo facendo una festa. We're having a party. Arrête de faire l'idiot. Non fare l'idiota. Don't be an idiot. Nous faisons l'histoire. Stiamo facendo la storia. We are making history. Je vais faire la course. Vado a fare shopping. I'm going shopping. J'ai besoin de faire des courses. Ho bisogno di fare delle commissioni. I need to run some errands. Il me fait rire. Lui mi fa ridere. He makes me laugh. Peux-tu me faire un faveur? Puoi farmi un favore? Can you do me a favor? Sometimes these are the same in English, but sometimes they're not. And if you literally translate some of these, they sound really, really weird. For example, don't do the idiot, or do attention. With French and Italian, there are sometimes situations where it's used in both situations. Sometimes it's used in one, where sometimes it's not used in another. Je n'ai pas remarqué. Non ci ho fatto caso. I didn't notice. Faire le cul. Fare la fila. To wait in line. Je lui fais confiance. Mi fido di lui. I trust him. Here's how it's used in Spanish. Again, it's used in a general sense. ¿Qué haces? What are you doing? It's also used to talk about the weather. Hoy hace frío. It's cold today. And then it's used in some phrases. Hacer caso. To pay attention. Se hicieron amigos. They became friends. Ella me hace feliz. She makes me happy. No hagas preguntas. Don't ask questions. As I said before, it's used slightly less in Spanish. For example, there are situations where another word is used, whereas in French and Spanish they would use this word. Quiero ir de compras. I want to go shopping. Estoy tomando una ducha. I'm taking a shower. Yo tomé una foto. I took a photo. These can be directly translated because the same verb is used in Spanish and English. Another way this word can be a bit confusing is when talking about time. Take these examples. Lui non fa niente. Él non hace nada. Meaning he does nothing. So this is the third person singular in the present tense conjugation of this verb in Spanish and Italian. But this exact form is used when talking about time. For example, 2 anni fa, hace 2 años. 2 years ago. So this translates literally as ago in English and doesn't have anything to do with do. This isn't the case in French because they use a phrase il y a and they say il y a 2 ans. Because this word is used so much, you can actually say it non-stop in a sentence. Here is an example in Italian that I wrote. Stamattina ho fatto una doccia e dopo mi sono fatto la barba. Poi ho fatto colazione e dopo ho fatto un po' di esercizio. L'ho fatto per un po', ma faceva molto caldo e mi facevano male le braccia ed ho dovuto fare una pausa. Literally translated, this morning I did a shower, and after I did myself the beard. Then I did breakfast, and after I did some exercise. I did it for a while, but it did very hot, and me did bad the arms, and I had to do a pause. This means I shaved, and this means my arms hurt. Speaking like this in everyday conversation, people probably wouldn't notice that you're overusing this word. It's only in situations where you want to write, say for example, if you're writing a novel or you're writing a letter, you probably wouldn't overuse this because it's not considered good writing. That's what I've heard anyway. So usually when a word has lots of meanings, it makes things difficult for learners. For example, the word get in English or ci in Italian. But this is not one of those examples. This is because you can generally always guess what the meaning is from context. In general, it makes things easier because say you're in an example where you can't remember what verb to use with a certain noun or some kind of action. You can just guess most of the time that it's going to be to do, which makes things so much easier. It actually makes learning English harder for speakers of Romance languages because in their language they only use one word for to do and to make, whereas in English it's two different words and you have to memorize when to use do, when to use make, and then you have to memorize when you use an entirely different word. For example, we wouldn't say do a photo or don't make questions. We would say don't take a photo and don't ask questions. So you have to learn these. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.